Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I am Phil.
I'm Julie. Welcome on this beautiful Wednesday, right? Wednesday.
Feels like a Wednesday. Yeah.
Feels like a Wednesday.
Big apology to the Patreons last week when I posted that we were going to be going live on Thursday and then went live on Wednesday. My bad.
That was our bad. That's okay. It's not a nice showing, and it was early. Like I kept thinking, people were off work.
Happy hour is supposed to be a happy time of day.
I know.
Bless you. The cat is eating the garland and sneezing on the garland.
Yeah.
Great. Hey, welcome everybody. Hey, guess what? Big news.
Yes.
We got new router, new modem.
Yeah.
And we're actually wired today. I bought a really long Ethernet cable.
I feel like it's like 1997.
Hopefully the video and the audio are much, much better than they have been. We'll see. The internet, still terrible. Let's say hello to some people.
Yes, I would love to.
The ever wonderful Patreon crew coming through today. Kathy Huey, Robert Shear to Pages and Pours, Eric Gunderson. Great to see you all. Leslie Lockett, Rebel Lockett. Hello. Look at Eric Gunderson here at an early appearance.
He said on time. Yeah. I don't recall him being late usually. I guess sometimes he swoops in, but
sometimes he's watching from the hospital.
I know.
Which I think is, it makes me feel pretty good.
He's just like, hold on.
High priority.
My favorite YouTube channel ever.
The only one that's worth watching. Yeah. Doug Tucker in the house. Good to see you, DK. Russ D in the house. Fantastic. And Eric C. Ruby Hart. 921 Sugar. Katie. Whiskey Nose. Marty, what's going on? Yeah. Canadian Chris in the house. Peter Knight. Hi from Ireland. How about that?
Love
Canada,
it.
Ireland, checking in.
Love it.
Amazing. That's fantastic. MJ is in the house. I assume EJ's around too. Katie Two Cats in the house. Good to see you. Kim is here. Crispy Taters is here with a very nice picture of the delicate arch in Moab there.
It is the delicate arch. Good call out.
Boyd Mason Lake in the house. Teresa Martinez making spaghetti. That's a good thing to do while you watch the show.
Yeah.
Love Boat Captain in the house, and we are always champs. How about that? Caught up quick tonight. Wanted to get right to it.
I know you like really busted through the intros.
Look, we're only planning on being here for an hour. The giveaway is going to happen exactly 1 hour from now. We have 2 cork pops to get to, and you guys are probably sick of seeing us.
I know our mugs have been on all month long. Not super enjoyable, I'm sure, for those who didn't do well in the brackets, but hopefully you've been having a good time and laughing along.
Right. Yeah. And for I'll be honest, for all the folks that are not doing well in the brackets, there are people who are doing very well.
Yes.
The haves and have-nots there's plenty of each of you. So you're not alone whatever you did.
It's gonna go down to the last day, I think.
And that's the thing. We don't know because we have not run the numbers. We don't want to know because we don't want to accidentally give it away.
Yeah.
So we're not going to find out until you find out.
Yeah, we don't run any numbers, but like just looking at the top tiers and who people have moved forward, and we obviously know. I don't know, like depending on the point value.
We know the whiskeys that win.
Tricky. Yeah.
We know the whiskeys that win. We don't know the people who win.
There were brackets. Russ, if you're just joining us for the first time in 3 years, brackets. Yeah.
Tim and Terry in the house. Great to see you. You got a wild hair here. Oh, that's attached.
No, I think it's
goodness.
Yeah, it's probably a gray one. Those are coming in strong and getting a little wonky.
They just don't want to behave sometimes.
The gray ones just go everywhere. That's why they just get plucked out. Whatever.
Oh, Kim getting ready to sip on Bull Run 15-year. Great idea. And by the way, I just checked stock on both of those bottles today that we have available. This Driftless Glen pick and the Bull Run pick. If you've been on the fence, you can't wait any longer. We're below 30 bottles on each one of those. So they will be gone very soon.
And they're so good.
They are so good. Yes. I will say that the Bull Run continues to thrill me. Just a fantastic bottle. And the Irish cream that we made with it, the Irish cream, still thrilling me as well. It's delicious.
Have you had it recently?
Yeah, a little goes a long way.
A little goes a long way. We got a few. I know on Patreon we had posted the recipe. We got a few updates from Jen on how to maybe not so much. What was it? Condensed milk or something that was so thick.
Well, she said to use a little coconut milk to break it down.
Still
Thank you, Eric.
Though.
You are in
Thanks, Eric.
A Spirited Life in the house. Great to see you.
So
I'm getting texts while we're sitting here from Chris from Bourbon of the Week. That's why my phone's going a little crazy over here.
Hi Chris.
Chris, jump on the line if you're not on.
Yeah.
Hey.
In case you watch this later,
We're live.
We got your text. I wanted to say we're getting close to Christmas. It's the holiday season, and I got a little special tea. We got to get all the way the bottles at my work Christmas party.
Look at that.
You never know what you're gonna get. It's a little bit big for me, but I scored big, I think, because
I got a buzzball.
Phil got a buzzball and 2 shots of Fireball. So I feel like we did really well at my holiday party.
We did better than most.
Yeah, it's better than most. I thought I'd like opened this, got pretty excited, wrapped it up small because I was like number 6 of 30.
Oh, she was worried somebody's going to
steal it.
And
then I like snuck it behind me because I was like, otherwise you'll get a calendar.
Yeah.
Which I got last year.
Nice calendar.
It was a beautiful calendar. Already had it though.
Already had that
we
one.
We donated to the same place.
We got Kathy Huey. Brackets broken, but now I have some bottles I've never heard of that I want to get in the collection. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We're going to talk about that too.
The tournament has been so fun this year. Honestly, having everybody send them from all over the place made life so fun for us. And not knowing what they were, because sometimes you're like, oh boy, I wonder if I should be moving this one ahead. What are people going to think of me? Doesn't matter. You have no idea what they are. Who cares?
Who cares? I just said, who cares?
All right, what are we cork popping first?
Give me 1 second.
Let's see. This Starlight Rye. This was a gift, by the way, from Bill and Wendy Becker. We've been holding on to this for a while. The reason I want to open it is because it's the Bourbon World Holiday Edition 2020, barrel number 1623, 118.6 proof, aged 4.5 years. 6 by now. It's been a long time since we had it. Of course, it doesn't continue to age in the bottle. We know that. But fun thing about this, on the border, it actually has the colors for Christmas. How fun is that?
Wow, that looks good today. You know how we always put things close to the camera and it's just
pretty much everything we do is a travesty. Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I feel like, should we cork pop it, pour it?
Yeah, and this one's high proof too, so we should do the same thing.
Because I think I want to finish. It's a holiday spirit. We're like there.
That'll be a spicy baby rye. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's cork pop this guy first.
Okay.
I'm gonna move it around on the table, make a bunch of noise right into the microphone. People love that.
Yeah, it's like when I open up Patreons know our little Star Wars things
pin sets
and the little plastic containers right in the microphone.
They're pretty noisy.
Great. All right, are we ready for this beautiful cork pop?
Yes. Move my head here.
Oh, it was a baby.
Yeah, it was a little one.
It was a little baby. Just like our Mavis. She's a little baby. May I have the Julie pour glass?
In? Yes.
Got to keep them straight. Otherwise, how are you going to know what you're drinking? Also, tell us what you're drinking in the chat. I know some of you have, but I'm always interested what you're drinking during the week, too.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday. On a Wednesday with the Bourbon Van.
Right.
These are good pours.
Marty, how's your part now that you got that plate in your head? Better? Edmund Davis Quinn, not even sure where to see my bracket. You should have received an email when you signed up that has a link to your bracket. If you don't have one, go ahead and send us an email at thebourbonvan@gmail.com, and I'll send you the link to see it.
You got that memorized.
Well, I get that question comes through a lot because the emails, the company that we use for this, the plugin that we use for it it's not awesome.
Yeah.
They're decent folks, but there are some things like, for instance, occasionally I'll update the brackets and they don't show for several hours. And earlier this week, it just disappeared. It wasn't even on the website.
Oh, really?
And I checked, everything was fine. Just didn't want to show up.
It was like, I'm tired.
It's temperamental.
So yeah. I need to scroll back just a smidge, but you can keep on.
Do whatever you want.
Okay, that's all I need to do. You're up. Thank you.
Okay, that was a short break for me.
You thought it was going to be more interesting.
I thought there was going to be something else going on.
There was not.
Robert Sheard having himself a very tasty night, sitting Talisker 18 and about to switch to Old Forester 1920. You're all over the proverbial map tonight, yeah. Robert.
Are we going to let this air out or can I start drinking it? I feel lonely. I feel like I should be thirsty? I want to cheers. We can't cheers until we have,
Well, let's go ahead and talk about this bottle for just a quick second. And it'll air out while we're doing that. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure
this is Redwood Empire, the Lost Monarch, the whole series just came to Oregon for the first
Can I
time.
try this one up?
Yeah. Beautiful labels, of course. So this is, they had the cask strength version of Emerald Giant, which is the rye, Pipe Dream, which is the bourbon, and Lost Monarch, which is our favorite of the regular series. It's a Boo Rye. So we thought, if we're going to buy one, let's get the cask strength version of the one that we really like.
Yeah.
So we will find out tonight if it tastes as good at high proof as it did at a lower proof. This is 117.2 proof and minimum 3 years aged, I believe is what it says on it. Yeah, at least 3 years. This is a blend. They've all been blends of different states, different ages, different types of whiskey, bourbon and rye. So we'll see tonight if this one can continue to satisfy our hunger and thirst for whiskey. Ruby's going to have some Evan Williams eggnog. Not a bad idea. Jeff Perkins in the house, doing great, looking good. What else is new?
I'm doing the math in my head. Sorry, I'm doing math. That's why Phil's just chit-chat. Yeah.
That's it. Kathy drinking the Bourbon Van ASW Fiddler to Georgia Heartwood. That pick is incredible. We're glad that we're not the only ones who love that whiskey. I
have, not buyer's remorse. I have picker's regret, I guess, because is that like a thing?
That sounds like a really accurate thing for whatever it is you're about to say.
When we picked that, we went in with a half barrel. Like we said, there's a lot, 100 and whatever, 42 bottles or whatever there was. And then we tasted it, but we had already decided we were going to do a half barrel, and we stuck to our guns on that. And we said half barrel, and boy, do I wish we would have taken the whole barrel, because I think like I could have just had like 4 extra bottles of this.
I can't stop her.
Yeah.
Oh, Mavis in the house tonight. She's such a sweet baby. She's been so much fun this season with the tree and smashing ornaments and all the things that she likes to do.
She hasn't broken any. They just randomly fall off the tree. They do just fall off the tree.
She has been wrecking the garland over the cabinets, though.
Yeah.
Eric C., this is so very nice of you. Should I win to a runner-up? How about that?
Oh, I love it.
What a nice thing to do. Eric C., always a gentleman and always a pleasure to have you on our live streams. Eric C. and Ruby Heart 921.
One of our first Patreons. I don't know
Indeed.
when, but I feel
Early
like they
on.
were like top 10 or whatever.
Early Bourbon Van adopters.
I know. They've been here from the beginning. We couldn't be more pleased to know them and call them our friends.
Agreed.
Same with.
Yeah. Patreon's fantastic. We love our Patreon community. And if you are not a part of it, consider becoming a part of it. There, I said it for the first time since year one.
Can we have a quick cheers?
Jeff commented today on our video that I should keep the Morrissey pompadour.
Oh.
I just look like a clown.
You haven't got a haircut yet, right?
I've had 2 haircuts since we recorded the tournament. That's how long ago we recorded it, and yet I'm not done editing it. I have to finish the last day of the tournament.
I know, but you haven't got a haircut yet, right? You go, or did you get one today?
A haircut today?
No, I mean in the videos today.
I think I show up with a haircut tomorrow.
Oh,
in the
good.
videos. Yeah, spoiler alert.
Well, I mean, it's not a spoiler because you did tell everyone you were getting one, that your barber was back. But
are you ready for this?
Yes.
Cheers to the end of the Advent tournament and our last live stream in 2023. And to everybody who's been following along with all of this.
Yeah, thanks for a great 2023. You guys are the best. I forgot that I hadn't tasted this yet. Oh. Ooh. Wow, lots going on in this one.
I expected this to be crazy spicy. And it's not. It's earthy.
Wow.
And there strange.
There was like rushes of cherry and rushes of oak, and they were rushes. Like it was like, and then
here and gone.
And like 3 layers. I'm gonna have to sit with that one for a second.
Yeah. Our friend David Babcock of the Ogre Lounge, he actually messaged a couple days ago because he went and did the same thing. They're from Oregon as well. The Ogre Lounge scooped up all the Redwood Empires, which means they had the
beautiful photo.
They had the bottle in bond. They had the 5-grain rye or whatever it is. They had the haystack, whatever they had all of them lined up. And he said, these are really funky compared to what I expected from the regular line.
Yeah.
I think I agree with that sentiment. Very funky.
I only had one sip, but my remaining finished flavor is Do you know those like old school black markers, the one that had the really thick tips?
Yeah, that's what I always said
That
that High West
smell?
double rye smelled like.
Yeah, that smell, that's what I'm getting on the finish.
It's not a great finish.
Well, I'm just saying, like it was a rush of like a lot of stuff during that one sip, and that's my remaining flavor.
There is a little bit of that here.
Yeah.
I agree. This is one that's going to have to open up. Good, but it's going to have to open up.
Yeah, and I want to like think about this one. I want to think about all the flavors that I just got.
Matt H in the house. Great to see you.
Hey, Ardbeg 10.
Peter Knight with an Ardbeg 10 over Christmas. That's not a bad way to spend Christmas.
No, in Ireland.
Teresa gave us a bunch of samples for the tournament, and both of her brackets blew up. It's hard to know. You know, some people gave one bottle, and they went all in on that bottle. Some people gave several whiskeys
and didn't go in on any of them.
Pick any of them to go through. Really funny how many people submitted whiskeys and then didn't add them to their brackets. They were like, "That'll be out in the first round." Happened a lot. Nothing wrong with that. Well, I would probably have done that.
And
myself.
sometimes you put in another dog, and sometimes you put in a bottle that you think is going to dominate, and then you see what the matchup is, and you're like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah, right.
Like basically, like, "Oh no, that wasn't the one I was expecting."
Some very tough matchups. Thank you to Peach Coke again, of course.
I think it was a public live stream that we talked about.
Finally, somebody recognized it.
Oh, I didn't even recognize it. That's
still
so
got the
funny.
wrinkles too. That was a month and a half ago we filmed that.
Well,
that's really a coincidence.
You probably took it off, wrinkled it back up, and threw it in the back of the closet again.
I did have to dig to find it, but I was like, I'm gonna pop that out today, see if anybody recognizes it.
I love it. That's the thing. Like I always have to remember where we're at,
right?
Because we watch the videos for editing purposes. And now we're just like, we're kind of
watch them day to day as they release.
I have to remember which day. Yeah.
Right. We've been watching them completely out of order, which is not the way to watch the Advent tournament. It's confusing and it's not fun. And apologies to any of you who just found us during the tournament and had no idea what we were doing and you joined on like day 14.
Maybe they get good tasting. Like they're like, wow, these are weird bottles that they're tasting today matched up.
Go back to day one.
Yeah.
Watch them in order. Thank you very much, Stacy. That's the attitude to have. Yeah. Brackets are blown, but who cares? It's about the whiskey. And I have to say, the whiskeys that are going through into, I believe we are at the semifinals. I forget which day it is. I don't want to give anything away.
What's day?
But the last.
We just finished the third round.
Yeah, I think there's 7 whiskeys that wind up in the semifinals. And I will say that every single one of them is not only delicious, but totally deserves to be there. They're great.
Yeah.
I was actually really proud of the tastings ultimately.
Yeah.
Little sad to see a couple of things go.
Yeah.
But the ones that stuck around, I thought deserved to be there, and I was proud of it.
Yeah, they're so good.
Phil always makes great eye contact when he cheerses. See, I do because I've been called out for it before, so I focus on it.
Do I? I probably don't.
You don't usually know that
I'm always like
here.
this.
You're not usually aware that I'm here.
I mean, I try to be.
William is in the house drinking Russville Rye 100 proof in Valparaiso, Indiana.
Oh, we know that place.
You know who else knows that place?
Mavis. She doesn't know that place.
Kurt from SLB Drinks. I'm pretty sure that's his stomping grounds.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This is for bracket bonus points. Yeah. You get,
you get a little...
Would 25 points help you, Robert? Would it get you where you need to go? I don't know. Yeah, some people are pretty far behind.
I was going to say last week. Jeez. I was trying to figure out when our last live stream was last week.
Yeah.
We had somebody reach out and said that they were third to last. Not third to last page, but like third to last. I wonder where they're at now. They must have moved
I looked
out.
Yesterday. He was still third to last. Oh, no. Yeah. There's a few people that haven't scored a point since like the third day.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
That's tough.
So those 25 points wouldn't matter at that point. Yeah.
Rusty says that he doesn't have enough money to make up the difference, even if he was getting bonus points. We love that about Russ. He never sniffs that top 10, but he's always there to have a good time. He doesn't care.
I always think too, like you could do like one of those wild ones, whereas if you just put it all on red, and so like if you make it to the final round and it's just like the glass number on the right is worth 100 points, the glass number on the left is worth 100
Should
points.
We institute a betting system?
No, not a betting, but like somebody could go from last place to first place.
Well, that's honestly the first year that we did the Advent tournament. Every matchup was worth 1 point. They didn't go up from round to round. And so the people that had like the bottle winning in the final, some of them finished like dead last because that was the only bottle they got right the whole time.
Right.
These days, you could actually hang in there if you had,
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
That's funny.
What do you think of this whiskey?
I've literally only had the one sip.
Yeah.
I'm like jazzed up today.
You're worked up. Look at you. Well, it's 4:50 our time. You're not even supposed to be done with work yet. Don't tell anybody.
I feel like nobody's working this week anyway.
You were filling out a timesheet just before we started. What did you put this under?
Happy hour. I didn't actually finish that. Phil's like, oh, great. You'll finish up in 45 minutes. And I was like, no, I'll be done in like 5 minutes. And I was like, I should put this away. Got to get ready.
Peter Knight, 1 a.m. in Ireland. We appreciate you being here. Have a lovely night. And thank you, of course, for joining us.
Yes. We love Ireland. It's a great place.
Good night, Peter Knight. Is that good?
I liked it. I don't know. You probably didn't like it, but that's all right.
It rolled off the tongue. Very good. I think we should cork pop this one and let it open up because it's really high proof. I think they're both 117, 118 proof. Yeah, this one's 118.6. That one's 117.
Is this like a boo rye?
It is. It's exactly what it is.
Oh,
Lost Monarch.
Because I was like, I'm looking for the rye. I was like, holy smokes, this has to be a rye. And then I thought maybe it's not. And so that's good. It has definite rye flavor and spice in it.
I want to say that I'm very, very, very proud of the tasting that I did today. And Russ actually called this out. He noticed it because you might not know Old William Tar, the Manchester Reserve whiskey in this tournament. I said on the nose and on the finish, I think it tastes like a rye. It hits like a rye. Palate, it's all bourbon. Very strange whiskey, but I felt like it was well aged, and those are the notes that I got on it. Looked it up after the tournament. It's a 8-year rye and 7-year bourbon
mixed together.
It's a Bull Run.
Whoa, nice.
So how crazy is that? I looked it up afterwards and I was like, 23 straight days of drinking, you get pretty good at it.
You get pretty good. I know.
DJ's in the house. Good to see you. Let's put that dog up there. We love the dog.
Love the dog.
Just
I never know if it's an overbite or an underbite.
That's an underbite there.
It's an under.
Yeah,
I love those little underbites. Those bulldogs.
Looney Pete in the house, by the way. First Advent with us.
Oh, well, welcome.
So great to see you.
Hopefully
Thank you for
filled out a
joining
bracket and you did good.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, and thanks for commenting on the videos and stuff. You guys don't know what that means to us when you do it. We don't always respond, especially this time of year. It's been pretty busy, but we do appreciate all that. Enjoying the Driftless Glen. Thank you very much. I love the shape of that bottle and the thumbprint on the side. It's just cool.
Did you?
Look at this is amazing right here.
I was like, what?
Kurt shared Bull Run as a favorite today and mentioned our pick.
Oh, right.
I wonder if they went out and got one. It wouldn't surprise me. Good folks over there. We love it so much. We bought a backup. How about that? That's the thing to do. Get it before they're gone. What is it? Eric C. said that it was bunker worthy.
I know.
And I'm into that.
I'm not gonna say it. I say this every time we talk about the Bull Run pick. I think that, spoiler alert, it's like my favorite thing that I drank this year.
It's certainly top 5 for me.
Yeah, it's so delicious and just a little bit different and easy going. And it's just delicious. Okay.
RD1 is that distillery for the Old William Tar Manchester Reserve. Absolutely delicious.
Then we're gonna have to check that out on SLB. Did you want me to cork pop this?
Yeah, let's do that.
I want it to be a little bit more boisterous. I want it to be more like me.
The Beckers gave this to us summer of 2022.
I know. I don't know. I feel bad because it's been hiding back there, and I keep seeing it, and then we keep saying like, "Oh, it's a holiday one. We'll wait."
Open it at the holidays. Well, the thing is, we have a Starlight double oaked rye that I think they also gave us that one.
Oh yeah, it's delicious.
And that one we might have bought elsewhere, but they gave us this one, and I was like, I can't have 2 open Starlight ryes at the same time. You know what? Who cares?
Or can we?
Yeah, we can. This one's not double oaked. It's a single barrel, high proof rye. I'm ready for it. Pop that.
All right. Feeling the pressure now. Oh, mama. That's a high five. That was a way to cork pop a bottle.
Yeah, hallelujah. That was great.
All that sitting around on the shelf in the back of the shelf for all those years.
You know what? Yeah. It's this dry, high desert air that did it.
Just really, man, that was a good one. We can go home now.
Yeah. EJ also had a bracket that was dead after round 1. Yeah, you're not alone. Kurt's. We almost did a pick with SLB earlier this year. We were going to do a Westland one. Realized that we might have been a little bit. That would have been a little bit big for our britches at that point. We were just new to making picks, and it seemed like it would have been a lot. So that's Julie pour on that one.
Yep, sorry about that.
But the Westland ones are pretty pricey, and we didn't want all of. We had already released a pick that was almost $100, and we wanted to try and bring the price down a little bit. So that's why the ones that are currently in our store are all under $70. Now, one of them, the Driftless isn't even being priced up by us, Bourbon Judge, or Bourbon of the Week. That is our price, is your price, flat rate. So Driftless Glen, real solid value there. If he wants to do a Bull Run pick, man, I would love to do that. It would be great for him to like come out and we can meet him there. How fun would an SLB Bull Run Bourbon Van meetup be?
I like it.
That could be great.
We're also heading that way, so we can.
We're always going that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looney Pete hoping to find the Bull Run up there in northern Minnesota. Go to sharedpour.com/collections/the Bourbon Van, or go to thebourbonvan.com and click on single barrels. You can order our Bull Run pick. They're almost gone.
This is rich.
What are you drinking?
The Lost Monarch.
Oh yeah. It's a decadent pour.
It is. Yeah, it is like oaky and dark flavors and raisins and rye spices and. It's a good pop. I thought that was an awesome pop.
Yeah, that was a good one. Even in the house here, the cat jumped out of her little bucket she was sitting in over there. I don't know where she went.
I think I'm gonna like this.
I think so too.
I mean, it's a neck pour, so you get what you get with the neck pour. But the flavors are really nice. It's the perfect time of year. It feels like a chilly night kind of drink.
It's unique. It's unique whiskey, which is what I like. Cask strength stuff. Sometimes you taste it and you go, okay, it's good whiskey. It's not all that exciting.
Mm-hmm.
This is one that it's going to take some time to open up, and we'll dig in and find some more layers in it. But I think that's quite good.
Yeah.
Nice. Smells almost smoky. Not like charred wood. It almost not, and it's definitely not peated or anything like that. It smells a little smoky though.
Yeah, I dig it. I do. I mean, I think the flavor. I think the spice level of this is really nice. Like there's a little bit of clove and some cinnamon and some like darker flavors in there. Who likes that, Katie?
Looney Pete likes our kitty. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Thank you very much, Katie. You are in. Look at Katie, 2 cats there. Look at how cute. God, I love the cats. Julie checks every day, by the way, at the Humane Society website, just to see if there are any old cats that aren't being adopted and have been there for too long. One of these days it's going to happen. There will be one there that we need to help.
There was a cute little 9-year-old.
Yeah.
It said that it needed a lot of playtime. And I thought, well, we've got a little nugget who likes to play all day long.
We play constantly with Mavis, so it'd be great if she had a little partner.
Yeah, she bites all of our electronics to show her not disdain, but her disappointment in us.
Mark Wanner in the house, great to see you. Tom Gensel, talk about people having a good tournament. I saw Tom near the top of one of the spreadsheets today at thebourbonvan.com. You can click to see our 2 brackets and see where people are how people are doing. Pretty sure I saw Tom near the top of mine, I think.
Nice. I don't. Yours. Did you? We were talking about this morning. Do I have a lot more people that are closer?
You have a pretty compressed group. The other day I looked for you and you had something like 8 people in third that were tied.
Yeah.
It was like everybody was 6 points behind.
Yeah.
So I honestly, again, we haven't looked at
how
this thing is going to wind up, and we don't really know. Ruby, that's a great question. Were there any times during the tournament that you thought you knew what you were drinking and ended up being right?
Phil knew a couple times.
I think I called 3 bottles in this tournament.
Phil knew a couple times when we were drinking a Buffalo Trace product for sure.
Yeah. And also learned some things about my palate.
Yeah. I don't know if we actually said that on the video, but off camera, I feel like you were like, I think this is Buffalo Trace or something right at the end.
From day to day, I'd be like, pretty sure I know what this is.
Yeah.
The Old Granddad 114 in the tournament. We both said, I think this is a Knob Creek 120 proof single barrel. We both said that.
Yeah, I did think that was a Knob Creek.
Which is what an impressive bottle for that price, to think that, because everybody loves Knob Creek single barrels, 120 proof. They're delicious almost 100% of the time. And it's crazy to think that Old Granddad 114 in a good matchup, because that squared off against that Old William Tar to begin with.
Yeah.
Crazy to think that they could be confused for one another because the OGD 114 is that good.
Well, and I think I made a mention of it. Didn't make the video cut, but I think I made a mention of it in round 2 when I moved it forward. And I think after we were done, because we didn't know what we were drinking, I was like, I think that's a Knob Creek, which that is not something that I normally know.
You wouldn't normally put that
and
forward.
I totally forgot about it until the last video with 114 when I said, oh yeah, that's right. I thought this one was a Knob Creek. Totally forgot.
Andretsky's here. First tried Pipe Dream. Thought it was meh. Really liked Lost Monarch. We had the exact same reaction. David Babcock, we were just talking about you because we're drinking this Redwood Empire Lost Monarch cask strength. Put your phone away, man. Have some good dinner. Called Eagle Rare.
We love talking about dinner. What is for dinner?
Yeah, what are you eating? Where are you at, David? Where are you at to dinner?
Oh, he's out to dinner. Uh-oh.
Yeah, called the Eagle Rare. Also called the Taylor off camera. That one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Ah.
Basically, what I've learned about Buffalo Trace stuff is that I usually know if I'm drinking Buffalo Trace. Matter of fact, I said the same thing about Bowman in that video, the single barrel. I was like, I think this is Buffalo Trace. What I've learned is I enjoy Buffalo Trace stuff, but if there's something more interesting on the table, and a lot of times there is, I gravitate toward it.
Yeah.
I don't dislike it at all, but it's not what I gravitate toward.
No, it's got like pure bourbon flavors, but doesn't have any like all the crazy stuff that I tend to go for, the earthiness or the rye spices or the whatever we're doing. Yeah.
Well, nice balance on this Lost Monarch cask strength. The more I drink it, the more I like it. That's interesting.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was a little unsure that first go.
Well, it's a vanilla extract type of thing. And a lot of people, if it's not vanilla frosting, will turn their nose up at it. But the way that it combines with the earthiness here, there's something really nice to enjoy there. It's great. I like this bottle. I'm glad that we have it. I think that it's going to open up and be even better down the road. It coats nice. I read something the other day, a description of something that I really liked. I think it was on the Whiskey Wash. They said that a whiskey left big fat tears on the inside of the glass. And I was like, that's a great way to say it. It was something to that effect.
This has just enough rye that I would get confused if it was a blind.
Yeah.
This is where you would be like, I think it's a high rye bourbon or something like that.
Oh, this would trip me.
And I would be like, no, this is definitely a rye. I'm throwing in the towel if it's not a rye. And then I, would have to throw in the towel.
Yeah, that's nice. Bourbon Baller Lee in the house. Great to see you. Andretsky said that I saw this. Somebody said that, oh no, who was it? Somebody said they did a trade. Russ D traded the Pipe Dream for a Wilderness Trail. Yeah, good trade.
Oh, nice.
Not bad. Yeah, SOB talking about doing a pick with us today. We need to, I got to go check that video. That's one of I don't watch a lot of Whiskey Tube, but they're one of the channels that I try to keep a pretty close eye on because, I mean,
you like talking to them.
I do. Yeah, we really like chatting with them, but to hear the two of them talking about whiskey, I mean, their palates are incredible. They're so light years ahead of where we're at. That it's fascinating to hear them talk about it. I feel like I learn something every time I watch their channel. And yes, each one of our videos is tagged entertainment. They're not education or competition or anything like that.
Did somebody say something about
No, I'm just saying, but you have to put your videos in a category. Ours are marked entertainment 100% of the time. So we're not experts. We like to say that.
Oh my gosh. I when anyone ever said, ask like serious bourbon questions, I was like, oh, wrong channel for that. I was like, I literally love drinking.
Well, and I get excited about going to distilleries and learning about their processes and like seeing their stills and how they're different than other stills. And I get fascinated by that stuff. I don't retain a lot of it. Yeah. And I definitely wouldn't say things with any sort of like, very firm judgment. Like I don't know things that other people know. Like most of the people watching this channel know a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
Nathan Clark in the house. Great to see you. Grumpy in the house. How are you? What are we doing? We drinking the Starlight now?
I moved that to the side because I was really enjoying it.
Yeah, let's wait and see what happens.
So my first go, so I like to do like a little synopsis, I guess. That's the end, right? You do a synopsis of it.
Teresa wants you to have that bottle.
You spoil me.
I think that whiskey's spoiled.
The Redwood Empire Cask Strength, the Lost Monarch. I was unsure of it on my first sip.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to really enjoy this one.
I think you're right.
I think it got better the more that I was drinking it just in this one glass. I think it's perfect for the season and the wintertime, basically.
I agree with that.
And I'm excited to try it. I'm glad. We've had a few ups and downs, not with Redwood Empire, but just in general over the last few weeks.
Yeah, we haven't liked everything we tried. Yeah. Starlight Distillery Straight Rye Whiskey, single barrel release, high rye mash. I would think so. Distilled in our copper pot stills. Ages for this one 4.5 years in new 53-gallon charred American oak barrels. Stored in Huber's old brick house on the grounds of the 7th generation Huber estate, which is just over the border from Louisville.
I know. I'm sad.
Indiana.
We saw that and we didn't go see it.
Established in 1843. Whiskey is then non-chill filtered and bottled at cask strength. Enjoy. I plan to.
Yeah.
Solid.
I already noticed that I didn't put the cap on all the way. Or the cork, sorry. Not cap.
Looks okay.
Are you
You're
sure?
right over here. You got hiccups and burps going on. What's going on? Is it the redwood or is it just we haven't had dinner yet?
Just talking real fast.
Of course, we haven't had dinner because it's only 5 o'clock. Bob Glass, Merry Christmas. Great to see you.
Did you smell this glass?
Kim F, thank you so much. Very nice of you.
Thank you, Kim.
Is that a dog?
And I love your dog in her life preserver or his life preserver. It's like my favorite thing when you see dogs go by you on like a paddleboard and they're all like life preservered up. I'm like, I want Mavis in one. She'd just float right out of it. But,
yeah, she would hate it.
Yeah.
I actually thought that this was a jet ski with like a white handlebar on each side. It didn't until I took a closer look. I was like, until I made it bigger, I couldn't tell what I was looking at there. Thank you, Kim. What's your dog's name?
Oh, we always want to know.
Welcome to the Bourbon Van. Who's your dog?
You have a dog or cat? Welcome. You don't? You should get one.
Yeah, David, actually, he's who we were chatting with about. Yeah, it was him in the Ogre Lounge that had the entire Redwood Empire cask strength lineup, and Grizzly is also good. Hoping they all open up. Yeah, I think we're gonna find that with these cask strength bottles, especially when things are blended like this. I find they take a little bit of time. Robert says tacos, pizza, sushi, one of each, please.
Please. Well, we didn't have much of a lunch, but we had leftover pizza today, so we'll probably not go the pizza route. We had. Wow,
that's never stopped.
I was
going to
say we had tacos yesterday, but we actually had bowls. So like,
right, big distinction.
Yeah, not a taco, but it was all the things we would have put in a taco.
They were great.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. But have you?
This smells amazing.
This is insane.
This Starlight Rye smells incredible.
My first instinct was that it was like cotton candy.
Yeah.
But
it's not that sweet.
But like
it's tempered.
Not like pink or blue, I don't know. I'm sure they're like blueberry and whatever it is, cotton candy that you get. But it's like caramel and vanilla.
Yeah.
But cotton candy. Like it's fluffy but decadent and rich. I
would love some caramel cotton candy. This smells amazing. Kev, who we're going to put his photo up here in just a second because Kev has a fantastic avatar himself. David, time to open the Ogre Infinity Blend. Maybe New Year's. We might get into that just to see how weird it can get. We do have it over here.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. So many samples. Our lovely Patreon sent us so many samples, and I forgot about that one.
We're going to be seeing a lot of samples when we're on the road this year. That's for sure.
Yeah,
matter of fact, that's one of the videos we're going to do in the near future is things we're most proud of in 2023 for ourselves and the channel.
Yep.
And the things that we're looking forward to in 2024. Big plans, but look at this avatar.
Kev, that is a great photo.
But read what he wants.
Oh, sorry. Oh, and a dance off? Oh.
Julie and I actually took ballroom lessons for a while. Had to quit. Julie wouldn't stop trying to lead.
Yeah,
she had me off my feet most of the time.
I kept getting yelled at. She's like, you need to I don't know. Like, I feel like I never know what's happening, and I need to know what's happening at all times. And so I get like real like.
You're like
stiff.
me on an airplane. Like if I'm not driving this thing, I don't feel good on it. Not like I could pilot an airplane, but I like to be in control of the vehicle I'm in.
We took two courses, right? So the first lesson had like a bunch of people that had never done it before.
I'm gonna drink this.
And then that was really fun. But the second time, like nobody showed up. So it was like private lessons, which most people would like, except when you do private lessons, then they actually pay attention to like what you're doing, like you're dancing and your form and
you
stuff.
Got a little too much attention.
Yeah, and she was like, "You're doing it all wrong," and yeah, and then we dropped out.
Oh, this is delicious. Matt H picked himself up a couple Hewers last week, both Ohio liquor picks, one straight single barrel, the other finished in rum casks. I love that they just try a little bit of everything with their finishes.
I can't get over the nose on this. I think there's pineapple in it.
The nose is actually way more expressive and exciting than the palate.
It's unbelievable. Like, I just can't. I just want to
drink it.
Seriously, I think there's like pineapple in here. Okay. Yeah.
Kim says Lexi is a 15-year-old toy poodle and looks like wonderful company. Bob Glass says, can't wait for warm weather and your outdoor content. Predict a great 2024 for the van. Yes, we have big plans. Matter of fact, we've been getting the van ready to go. We are continuing to get the van ready to go. And the plan is to put a whole lot of miles in the first 5 months of this year to be on the road. So it's going to be a lot. Matter of fact, we're expecting somewhere between, I would think maybe, I was going to say 6 to 7, but I think it's going to be 7 full months on the road next year. I'll be surprised if it's less.
That's daunting.
We've done 50-50, 2020 and 2021. Yeah. We were on the road 50% of the time.
Yeah.
This year, it's going to be even more, especially in the first half of the year.
Yeah. Unless Mavis hates it.
She can come back home. I'm staying on the road. No, she's good in the van. It'll be fun.
Wow.
Martoli's and Sisters. No, I don't think we've had that pizza. Have you?
Sorry, say that again.
Martoli's Pizza and Sisters.
Every time we drive through Sisters, I tell Phil, I was like, man, it's so close. We should just like come here for dinner one night. And then it just seems like too far, like when we're trying to make dinner plans, and it's only like 20 minutes away.
It's far enough.
Yeah.
Ballroom the robot. It was ballroom.
Every time we go through there, it's back like bumper to bumper, trying to get through that cute little town.
Yeah, Highway 20 gets more and more busy all the time. So Robert says 2 things he's never done: dancing or karaoke.
You've never
Bourbon Van karaoke and prom 2024.
I love karaoke. I have
This is one of those bad ideas. This is one of those bad ideas that sticks with me, and I'm like, we should do something dumb like that.
I love karaoke. I've got like the worst singing voice.
Bourbon Van prom 2024. This isn't doing anything for you?
Should I does that mean like throughout the year I got to wear puffy sleeves and like
only
80s
once.
Hairstyles?
Only that night.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to promote it for
I don't know why
months.
I just assumed prom should be 80s, but like
oh yeah, it should be.
Yeah. I feel like that's fun. Our prom wasn't whatever. I was in sequins or something. Remember.
It's a good look. Katie's doing the Bourbon Trail the first week of March. We would love to join you, but we are going to be in the Southwest at that time. It's about as far away as we could be.
So my first instinct on this, and I feel bad about saying this, but the palate was a bit of a disappointment because the nose was so striking.
I don't disagree.
So I wanted the palate to like reflect what I was smelling. That doesn't mean that I have not enjoyed this, and now I have to look at it a different lens. Yeah. But I was like, I took a sip and I was like, I want the palate to match the nose.
I'll say this though, as far as grain notes go on a whiskey, this is the closest thing to rye bread I've ever tasted in a whiskey. It
is very grainy. That's a great call out.
The nose is super expressive, really, really big, but that palate, that is rye through and through. If you like rye grain, or if you like rye whiskey, you should like this one. That's a big palate.
I do like this, though.
At first, I thought the palate was a little subdued, but the longer I sit with it, I guess it's the finish, really. That's a big finish.
I always forget, like, you always tell me that we're drinking a rye or we're not drinking a rye, and I never pay attention to it. And I was like, man, this tastes like a rye. And then I realized it is a rye, so that's good. I want to address Robert. He said he's never tried karaoke before. He can sing, but never tried karaoke.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing. karaoke can go two ways. I've had probably 20 years of karaoke experience.
Here it goes.
And it used to be like super fun to like go to a bar and just like go up there and just make a fool of yourself and sing. But then occasionally you get people that really can sing and they take it super seriously, and then nobody wants to go up there because then it's like, oh man, that person was good. Karaoke is more fun when you're not good or you don't take it too seriously. So then after that, we started to in Portland. When we went to Portland, they had private karaoke booths where you could just rent it out for the hour with your friends. And let me tell you,
I never did that.
That's a trip. Yeah.
We did that in Japan. That was great.
Yeah, it's a trip because you can just all go in there and then you're not embarrassed at all because then you're not in front of like strangers and, you know, sober and drunk people or whoever,
no,
you know,
everybody's
grandma's walking
sober.
by. I don't know. So anyway, it's a blast. Karaoke. I think karaoke is so fun.
Do you remember that song?
The divier bar, the better.
I don't remember the song, but I remember we were in Japan in a karaoke room. And I sang a Talking Heads song.
You totally did.
And I got done, and one of the people in the room went, "Is that a real song?" She never heard such a weird song before.
She's well, you know, it's okay. She's a few years younger than we are. But I remember
younger.
thinking, like, this isn't a very good kid. But no, we were all screaming it too because it's just such a Talking Heads. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Whiskey told me I could sing. That's a good line, Kathy.
Yes. It doesn't have to be whiskey either. Whatever's in your glass told you that you can sing. Many a Halloween karaoke.
Oh, Halloween, yeah.
Yeah.
I got yelled at one time at Halloween karaoke. I was dressed like Richard Nixon, and I sang,
which was basically you in a coat you got from like Goodwill with a mask
with an orange tie. Yeah,
yeah.
And I sang Waylon Jennings. I sang Lonesome, Ornery, and Mean. And some guy came up to me afterwards. He's like, "Why would you sing that song?" I was like, "Shut up. Go away. What's your problem, man?" Like, obviously that guy was like, "That's my song."
Yeah.
Because he was obviously Lonesome, Ornery, and Mean when he came up.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what do you care?
I tend to sing a lot of, I always think that I can pull off a Boston song. But like Boston's like pretty chill, like the tone is pretty good, and then all of a sudden like
when he goes high,
like 8 octaves high, and I'm like
it goes,
yeah, and then so they're like and then I take the low route and it just
doesn't sound that great.
It doesn't sound good.
No, it's not a thing. Not a thing people like.
I love karaoke. Okay, sorry, we spent way too much time on karaoke.
I just want to say we've got 12-ish, 13-ish minutes until we choose our last 2 winners of the year. What I would like to know out there is, do you folks have folks? It's a nice phrase. Do you have favorite whiskeys of the year? What are your whiskeys of the year? Doesn't have to be something that came out this year. What was the whiskey you tasted this year that you loved the most? That's for everybody. That's for the whole room.
The whole room. That's a great question. Phil and I were compiling our lists for the end of year.
Having a little trouble.
As we always do.
We need you to tell us what's going to be on the list.
Well, no, and we realized that we spent so much time drinking locally this year. Like local, like West Coast stuff, mainly Oregon, right? Mm-hmm. Because we were exploring Oregon. We wanted to explore smaller distilleries. We wanted to like bring attention to what we're doing over here.
Yeah, the spotlight was on Oregon this year, and I'm still proud of that. But it does give us a weird list.
But then we were like, oh man, there's so much stuff that was released that we didn't even. One, we don't get access to it. But then the other thing that we just didn't try because we were trying other stuff instead. So anyway, I'm always curious. It's not going to change our list. We already have that nailed down. But I'm always a great question.
Was that today's video where I said something was a banger? Is that why Robert Shear just said that whiskey's a banger?
Oh, yes, you did. And I said, oh, I like that. Like that.
By the way,
I think my favorite part of that video.
If you're wondering, by the way, what was the what caused my allergic reaction on my lip from yesterday's video you can still see in today's video, it was making out. It was it was because Julie had found some chapstick in the parking lot. It picked it up off the ground, decided to keep it, and she was using it, and it didn't affect her. But the morning, the next morning, she gave me a little peck on the mouth before she left to go on a flight at 3 a.m. She gets up in the middle of the night. She goes off for work, flies out.
I wake up in the morning and I get this big clown face. I looked terrible, and I was
Maybe
like,
I punched you.
I looked worse than usual. No, it was just
No,
that
I know.
little kiss with that stupid lip balm that you found in the parking lot, and I can't believe you used that on me, and it made me sick, and that's why I'm still upset about it. But we figured it out. It only took like a week.
Which was really good because we thought it was the granola, and I was
I
like,
was heartbroken.
oh
I love
man,
that granola.
that's like we've tried so many different kinds of
Can't
granola
even eat
for our
without
yogurt.
it. Yeah.
And this was the one we liked, and I was like, oh, we're gonna have to find something new. So instead I just threw it away. It was which is kind of crazy because that was, instead of just your regular Blistex, which is what I normally use, I got like a fancier chapstick, and
This is what
Shouldn't
I
have
always
done
say.
that.
You never change chapstick.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a couple of answers from folks. Andretsky says, Old Forester 1910 or Rare Breed. I'm a noob. Nothing wrong with that. Two of our absolute favorites.
oh my gosh.
Even from the start, we liked those. We still like those.
Come on. Yeah.
Robert Sheard, Trail's End pick would be on the list. That's a banger. Completely agree. It'll be on ours.
Oh, that's slice and bigger. Yeah.
MJ, favorite that I tried for the first time this year, Midwinter Night's Tramp.
Ah.
MJ,
Which year? Was it this year?
Yeah, which one? MJ has access to, lives close enough to Brick Sewer Spirits. I think that Brick Sewer's bourbon and rye that are finished in port barrels, I think they rival and maybe even beat the Midwinters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Haven't tried this year's, but I fell in love with the Brick Sewer Spirits this year.
We did finish off. I remember last year we decided not to get the Midwinters because we had the 2 previous years and we still hadn't drank them yet. So this year we did finish off finally like the 2020 edition or something.
And then we didn't buy the new one because it was like $150.
Yeah.
It doubled in price.
I know. I wish that it was not doubled in price because I'd probably get it. Love the bottle. It's beautiful. The label is beautiful. My thing with it is that I only drink it like 2 months out of the year because it really does taste like the holidays.
It does.
Yeah.
Ruby Heart 921, Clyde Mays 110 proof. We have not had a bottle of Clyde Mays yet. I've seen it around. Actually, just not too long ago, I saw it.
Locally
by the way,
here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if it was the 110. I have to look.
Yeah.
I will say the bottle that I hear is arriving this week is Smoke Wagon Bottled and Bond. And I assume it's the rye. I don't think I've ever seen a bourbon from them. And we've never tried a Smoke Wagon rye. So I'm probably going to scoop that up tomorrow.
I didn't even know they made a rye.
They do. And then
I did. I'm so enamored with the other ones.
Matt H. Bakers, the 8-year, 10-month. Absolutely. Some of these well-aged Bakers are so good.
Did we try that this year?
We have.
I feel like we had a Bakers.
We have an 8 years, 10-month on the shelf right here.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we did the old versus new. We did the one that was like 7 years aged versus the one that was 8 years aged. And there was a difference.
I don't remember what happened with that.
You liked the younger one. I liked the older one.
Oh, that's right. We split.
Kev, Penelope, 9-year and 1792 foolproof store pick. 1792 store picks are great. I've been bunkering. It's actually up there. It's not open. A 1792 bottled and bond pick from Bend South Liquor from 2019, I believe. It's to the left of it, right behind the very old Barton.
I was like, this one looks like it hasn't even been open, and that one definitely hasn't been open. So,
1792 foolproof. I use it for flights. It's just too strong for me to generally drink on a daily basis. So I don't drink it much, but I really like that whiskey.
Yeah.
But 1792 store picks are always great. One of my favorite of all time was a single barrel pick that we got at a liquor store in random town in Washington years ago. Didn't last too long. Bob Glass, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923 or Crittenden's Cut Above Double Oaked. Bob, you sent us a Crittenden's? We haven't gotten into it yet. I need to get into that bottle.
Shoot. Also, our pick, I was gonna say, our top 21 are just bottles that we have. So we've said, like I told Phil, I was like, you know what I want? I want that. What was it? The bottle out of Boulder.
Oh,
Lost Lantern.
Boulder Spirits. The Lost Lantern sample. I'm trying to think who gave us that. Might have been Jeff Perkins.
I was like, am I allowed to put that on my list of favorite things I drank this year? Because
our list has to be things we own. Otherwise,
Phil
it could
told
be crazy.
me no. Yeah, because I was like, I'd have to rewatch all of our videos because that was one of my favorite 5 sips where I was like, I don't care what this is. Yeah. And I don't know what it is, but everybody should buy this bottle.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Boulder Spirits definitely high up on my list of places to visit in 2024. Yeah. I'm sure we'll get over that direction at some point. DK Tucker, ECBP C923 tops my list. Leslie Lockett, ASW Fiddler, our pick. Was it our pick? Let's say it was our pick.
Yeah.
Matt H, Larceny C923 is his other
pick besides the Baker's 8-year 10-month. Nothing wrong with either one of those.
Mm.
Grumpy, the WM Tar Manchester Reserve Cask Strength sounds a little familiar. Canadian Chris experienced ECBP for the first time. That's a great experience. That was a whiskey B520. Is the one that the first whiskey that opened my eyes to whiskey flavor was a Henry McKenna single barrel 10-year from 2013, maybe 2012, something like that. But it wasn't until ECBP B520 that it just blew the doors off for woke me up.
Speaking of Henry McKenna, you were at the liquor store on Friday.
That
happened.
Shelf of them.
There was a whole shelf of them.
They had a lot of rare stuff.
I remember when we first started getting into I think when we first started the channel, we had to go to the town over because we were you're searching
I had to go to Redmond to get it.
Yeah, we were searching the OLCC and they had a bottle and we picked it up and it was cheap. I think we had for $35 or $45 or something.
The first bottle I bought in Oregon was $30.
Yeah, it was nuts. And then I feel like we didn't see it for years.
Yeah.
And now back on shelf. I'm sure it's gone now.
No. It was only that one time.
Yeah.
And it had a marker on it that said one per person. And there was a guy that was looking for a gift and he brought one up and he's like, "Is this good?"
You should just go. Right. Yeah. People love it.
Yeah. I think that makes it, if you're looking for a gift, that's a good gift.
Yeah.
Nathan Clark says, your Bull Run 15 right there, folks. Less than 30 bottles remain. By the way, if you're in the Portland area, they have 2 left.
Oh, yeah. At the distillery.
So they're going to put them online and let people know that they have them soon. But if you're interested, call the distillery in Portland at Bull Run. Tell them, I want those 2 bottles.
Yeah.
And
I don't remember what street it's on, but it's off 24th.
It's in Portland.
Northwest.
Bull Run
Don't
15.
go to the Carlson one.
Yeah.
That's not where they have it.
ECBP C923, found North Batch 7, and Jack Daniel's Rye Barrel Proof. I really liked a lot of what Jack Daniel's had to do this year. I think they might be my whiskey of the year, and I never thought I'd say that.
Yeah. I also just want to say Found North. I've had them a couple times.
Yeah.
I really like what they're doing. I find it very interesting.
Yeah, I do too.
Distillery.
I think, and they're interesting people. I've heard them on live streams on various channels. I'm pretty sure Scott from my Bourbon Journey had one of those guys on not too long ago. I remember being fascinated by what he was saying. Robert Sheard, Booker's Storyteller Batch. We haven't bought a Booker's since early last year, I don't think.
They make a great, the containers make great
sample holders.
So if you're ever looking for something to do with a Booker's bottle, it's perfect for 2-ounce sample. I think it's the 2-ounce samples. Yeah.
Eric Gunderson is going off the American map for this one. The Irishman 17-year. I like that Irishman whiskey. Port Charlotte heavily peated 9-year. I don't know which one I tried, but I did try a Port Charlotte heavily peated for the first time this year, and I loved it. That was up in Seattle. That was sherry and sauterne finished. And for an American product, the ASW Fiddler Georgia Heartwood pick. How about that?
Wow.
I feel good about that.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still. I'm a little behind. We got Parking Lot Lip Balm. Leslie Lockett with the Russell's 13. We also passed on that one because it doubled in price here.
I know.
And I've always loved that whiskey. And honestly, I honestly don't know why I skipped it.
I know. And what I find I feel like we're spoiled. Okay, we're
spoiled.
We're spoiled and not spoiled because we're not spoiled in regards that we don't get hardly anything that you can get east of us, but we're spoiled because you can get things at MSRP. So when you see things jump basically 100%, maybe 50% or whatever, it's still a kick in value from what maybe you're buying in Illinois. And so I forget about that. I'm not spending that money. It's double in price, but it's still cheaper than people get it elsewhere. So
it's true.
Anyway.
Kim F, Old Forester 1897. That's a good one. Has he tried Cooper's Craft 100 Proof? Could be good. Found North 17-year. That's a couple Found Norths on there. Octomore 14.1. I just tried 7.2 when Peach Coke was here the other day.
What do I know about Octomore?
That's the one that the box or the bottle that it comes in is shaped like the peat they pull out of the ground. Insanely peated. And we have one that
was
Mr.
that the one
Becker sent to us.
Is that the one where you were supposed to split it 50-50 and you drank most of it?
Maybe.
I think I had a sip of it. I'm sure it was delicious.
Tim and Terry like the Frey Ranch bourbon and the rye. That bottled and bond rye is a special whiskey. I will. This is the season for it too. Man, that's good whiskey.
Before we get into it, because I know we're going to pick soon, we're going to finish up the live stream, but I did say it's the holiday season. It's our last live stream of the year, at least public live stream of the year, right?
That's right.
Okay. And I wanted to go out with something that I found this year that I very much loved. Not found, but I drank this year that I very much loved.
What are you going for?
And I'm gonna keep the rye thing going, and I'm gonna have that Michter's rye that we opened in a live stream, maybe back in October.
Which one is that? The toasted.
The toasted.
That one's over there. I can go get that for you if you like. Yeah, this is the regular.
Oh yeah,
strength.
I did look up there and I was like, did I drink all of that on a live stream? That's a real problem.
Do you want me to go get you the toasted barrel?
Yes, I would like
All
that.
right.
I think that's the one that I'm gonna go for. So anyway, it's the end of 2023 for the Bourbon Man. So you gotta go out doing something special, right? And I feel like we've had a really good run of like a blue rye, a rye. This will be perfect for me. And this bottle.
That's the first time I stood up to walk in like an hour and a half. I just ran 10 miles, took a shower, came over here and sat down, and that hurt.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful bottle.
So this is
so good.
108.2 proof, and I'm keeping my rye theme going for this year. And if I ever run across a Michter's rye, especially this toasted,
any version,
any
of Michter's
version,
rye.
but this toasted one, I don't care how much it costs. I'm going to buy it.
It's a buy. It is 100% a buy.
It's so good. And it was a good second cork pop as we shake the whole camera.
MJ says we have last year's midwinters. I'll do it side by side with the Brickster and get back to you. Yeah, shoot us an email.
Do that.
Send us a text. Do something. Boulder
Come down and see us. I don't know.
Kathy Huey says the Boulder cask strength, obviously Boulder Spirits, is thrilling to more than just us. Bourbon Van ASW Fiddler and an independent bottling of Craigalach. It's an 11-year Scotch. Let's see. Did you get a Baker's 13? We did not, and we didn't get Maker's cellar aged, and we didn't get something else came through town, and we didn't get it. Oh, the Remus Reserve 7. We didn't get to try. That's the first time not getting a Remus in a long
Did
time.
it not come here, or it was just gone before we had a
Could've gone.
chance? Yeah.
That smells amazing. Well, you didn't hold back on that one. Don't worry about it.
I had some pizza before we started. Oh my gosh.
Stacy, here we go. This is she says, I'm still new. My palate has expanded this year. Love the Fiddler pick. Middle West Pumpernickel Rye is great, and Bull Run. Those are three bangers. That Middle West Pumpernickel, that made our list. Was it last year that it was in our top 5, I think? Maybe 2 years ago. Fantastic. Because that was the first time we tried that.
I'm not gonna lie. When we talk about like what picks we want to do, a Middle West Pumpernickel is one that I'm interested in. We don't drink the pumpernickel only like during the fall season because that's what the flavor is.
And we can't get it here.
But I just think it's delicious.
Bourbon Judge did a pumpernickel cask strength pick. Somebody needs to let us know how that is.
Oh yeah.
PX finished Redbreast is amazing. Honestly, all the Redbreast stuff that we've tried is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Lost Lantern Boulder is great. Yeah, Jeff, that he's the one that gave us that pick. That sample, it was so good. Yeah, I would love to do a barrel pick. I'd love to just go there and taste it. Baker Drinks in the house. Speaking about people doing well in the tournament,
doing well in somebody's bracket.
Laura and Troy both doing really well across the board.
Yeah.
Nathan, you are in for the non-side of the road lip balm fund. There we go. We get a case. Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye, agreed. Fantastic. One of the few that we actually tried. Bob Glass sent us the Crittenden's Bottom Bond. We're going to try that one soon on a Patreon live stream, I'm sure. Thank you, Nathan. You are we are in overtime to pick this thing. I'm just going to catch up on these bottles really quickly that people have been sending.
They don't mind.
Yeah. David Woodruff is in the house. Merry Christmas to you. Great to see you.
Yes, Ruby, exactly. If I remember how much I liked it, especially because we might have drank this. It might have been November. What was our see? Because I can't even remember when we started this channel. Was it October or November? Because I'm pretty sure that's where
it was November of 2019.
Yeah, so I think we cracked this that day. I just love it. I never thought we would get one of these. Never thought.
Toasted barrel Michter's barrel strength. No, I never thought we'd.
We tried it in the distillery or at the tasting room in Kentucky, and I was like, "Do you have these?" And they basically was like, "You need to leave now."
Yeah, why don't you check yourself? I'm gonna open another Bull Run 15 because I like it so much. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going for tonight.
I'm going to do a cork pop tonight. How about that?
What is this? Oh, we're opening. Oh, wow. Yeah, we don't have enough open
Well,
bottles.
we've only gone through 2 of them.
3 cork pops tonight. Dang, this is good. The vanilla,
Russell's single
the
barrel is
cinnamon,
great.
The leather, the oak, the rye spices.
One of the best bottles that we tried this year was actually from our friend DK Tucker, I believe. This Russell's single barrel. This was fantastic.
Yeah.
This was the Georgia Bourbon Society pick. Man, is that good. That was outstanding. It's obviously we put a hurt on it. And we only brought that camping a couple times. That's a good whiskey. Russell single barrel picks are always great. Here we go. Let's pop this guy.
You know how sometimes we talk about I was talking.
Sounded good. It looked good.
That was like
the part that got in my eye looked good.
that was like the middle.
Safety first, everybody.
We did the Starlight was by far the winner of the cork pops. I think the Bull Run was in second, and then the Lost Monarch came in third. With sound and
I mean, you're
feeling.
the expert. I'll leave that to you.
Yeah.
Okay. This Bull Run American whiskey, aged 15 years, still smells amazing. One of my favorite whiskeys of the year. One of my favorite whiskeys of all time. I love oak forward whiskey. I just love this one. Who poured more?
I was looking at the color. So we do talk about every so often, like Desert Island.
Yeah,
That
Desert
what it's
Island
called?
bottles.
Okay, Desert Island bottle. I think this could be it. If you could just like get anything, right? Because you're allowed to get something.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, I probably would.
There's a liquor store on the Desert Island. They only have 3 things.
Yeah, and it's whatever 3 things that you want. And if I want a rye,
Who wants to visit there?
if I want a rye, that's gonna be. It might be this one. It's so good. Even the non-toasted one that we had, that we just got a sample of and then got the bottle of.
Yeah.
I'm getting it.
It's good.
Yeah.
EJ, thinking about hitting Bend in mid-January, shoot us an email. Let us know. We
Yeah.
may be here. We may not be. Depending
Yeah.
on the weather, that's when we're sneaking out of
Yeah,
town.
I was gonna say it's a 50-50 shot, but you got our info.
Yeah. Okay. Hour and 7 minutes in.
Yeah.
It is time to pick our
I know we're late. Sorry, guys.
our winners tonight. We have 2 people that have won, and we're very proud of both of them. Let me see here. I got to turn my volume on.
It was 2 people that won. And you're proud of both of them.
They're going to win tonight.
Oh,
I'm proud to have them both win.
who's winning?
Doesn't matter who won. I'm proud of them. They're
Oh.
great. All right, let's get some volume. Nope, that's the ringer. We don't want that.
All right. I
Almost dropped my phone. Okay.
lovely randomization. Oh, sorry.
You're already randomized, so we just need to know what the number is.
Jesus.
Thanks again to everybody for coming out. Thanks for being a part of the
Yeah.
Advent tournament. For those of you that filled out brackets, have been watching every day. 1,000 minimum views on every single one of those videos.
That's so
And
great.
we can't ask for more than that. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And you
So,
only have to hang in there for 3. Is it 3 more days?
3 more days.
3 more days.
3 more days. We're going to have all the answers. And then, of course, on the 24th, we have the eggnog challenge. You
Oh
don't want
yeah.
to miss
Stay
that.
tuned for the eggnog
It
challenge.
reminds me we have to go get some eggnog.
And also, it's anybody's game.
Totally
it
is.
really is anybody's game. We, even knowing what happens, we still can't tabulate it correctly. I mean, we could, but we don't want. We don't.
I'm not going to
risk.
risk. I'm not going to risk it. I don't want to know. It'll be fun to find out. We'll record the day of the 24th, the last day of the tournament.
242.
2, 4, 2. All right, we're ready.
Yeah.
My phone died. Okay, here it comes. Pick a number between 1 and 242.
It's 71.
Oh, that's a nice number.
It picked
I
exactly
always
between.
wonder if they're like
Goes right in the middle.
1 or something.
Well, you randomize them anyway.
I forgot what number it was.
No, Robert, I'm not
71?
making my own eggnog. I made my own Irish cream. I'm not going to.
Jeez, I'll scroll a lot. Hey, Eric C, which means that it's a toss up. What didn't he say? Like,
I believe Eric said, pick somebody else. Is
Pick
that right,
somebody
Eric? You
else.
want us to pick somebody else?
all right, give me another number.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Eric C, obviously you won, but I feel like he said give it.
I recall that.
Go-
If we're
go
wrong,
on.
let us know.
Yeah.
Pick a number between 1 and 240. No, was it 142?
242.
Pick a number between 1 and 242.
The answer is 189.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Dang, I really gotta scroll a lot. We got Katie Two Cats.
Katie Two Cats, congratulations. You are a winner. Thank you, Eric. Very, very generous
I like
of you.
that she only puts Katie, but we just call her Katie Two Cats.
She's got 2 cats. Katie, fantastic. We will send you one of these remaining 2 flights. Haven't even explained what they are. They are flights of whiskeys from the tournament, plus, depending on what they were, sometimes we threw in something from our own collection.
Yeah.
So if you already won one of these and you haven't received it yet, Tom's way. We've had a lot of things to send out this month so far.
Yep.
Ready for another one?
We're actually doing pretty good with our sending outers.
We're less than a month behind,
less-
which is
yeah.
good for us.
Yeah.
1 and 242 again.
Yeah, just roll it. Yeah. I'm not going to change up the numbers.
Pick a number between 1 and 242, please.
It's 37.
Wow, such random numbers.
I saw you at the bottom. Get to scrolling.
We had an EJ.
How about that? Congratulations to EJ, one of Oregon's finest right there. And you're going to be excited about this flight because if I recall correctly, there's not a ton of these bottles that are actually things that we've found in Oregon. A lot of them we've never tried before. So hopefully these are all new to you as well. Well, there you go. Katie Two Cats and EJ, a big congratulations. You have won flights and, well, we're going to try and get things packed up this week. We have a lot to send out yet. But thank you so much to everybody who
played. It
played
may not
tonight.
go out next week, so it might be the week after you receive them.
Probably going to go next
We're going to
week.
try. Like, let's shoot for that. And if you get it earlier, that's a bonus.
It is the holidays after all. Thank you again, everyone. Fantastic night. Delicious whiskeys. Wonderful company. I hope.
Are you signing off already? I have a
No, we got a lot of whiskey.
Oh,
If
I
you
was
guys
like,
wanna
I
hang
got
out,
a
hang
very
out.
full thing. But I agree. It's been quite the year. I mean, we'll do like an end of year video, but the highlights for me is that we didn't actually travel all that much this year. We traveled around Oregon. It was
In-state.
very fun to experience our own state, different parts that we've never been to. I think we did really fun.
Pretty lucky to live in Oregon.
I need redemption on 5 Sip Friday. I would say of the 3 years we've been doing it, have we done it 3 years in a row? The 3 years we've done it, my worst year. Your best year ever. I literally was like, I think after 3 years, I need to hang up the towel. Like it's.
Yeah, no, we're not shutting it down.
I was like, I cannot do. So I need 2024 to be my 5 Sip redemption. That is my disappointment from 2023.
Watch the Advent tournament. You identified a lot of things.
Yeah.
Your tastings were great. Maybe you just need to drink a little more every single day to get caught up.
Maybe.
I am proud of the tastings that we did here in the Advent tournament. I think they're the best that we've ever done. Certainly better than any other year prior. And they do seem to be, you know, it was a 5 Sip Friday tournament effectively, but we didn't limit it to 5 sips. But
we did think about that for next year, but
we have been considering it. Yeah. And we're still considering Christmas in July Advent tournament where we taste everything in the van.
A halvesy tournament, not
16 bottles, not 32.
Yeah, like not a 32 bottles.
It's a thing to think about, but it would also be fun to do get a sponsorship, do a giveaway, do a proper bracket for it. Could be fun. Let us know if you're interested.
I will say, you know, during the year we try to do some 4-bottle blinds. I feel like for me personally, I get a little bit lost when I do more than 3 glasses. Like it, you know, it's just there's just a lot going on, and then you're having more liquid, and so then it's like, I think I liked it. I don't, you know, the two, like the side by side, that's not that where we shine, but I feel like that's really where the tastings can shine a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then you're a little bit more true to like the flavor notes and the finish, and you can think about all of the things versus just like at the end you're like, I liked this one on my 84th sip.
Right. Yeah. I think if we do I think next year the tournament, same style of totally blind, people sending in samples, that worked out so great. And Peach Coke did a great job, of course, of arranging the samples, etc. If anything, fewer bottles and fewer sips required. No more refilling of glasses.
Yeah.
That would be probably the thing.
Yeah.
Were you concerned when you needed to pour more to make a decision that you were going to run out before the end? No, because usually we were already late in the tournament, and one of us had already booted one of those bottles, so we knew we were going to have enough.
And I actually planned ahead this year, and I think in past years I've done a full. Actually, I'm not 100% if I ever measured or stuff, but usually we did about 1 ounce, like a little, like more than an ounce. And this year I kept every glass to 0.75. I don't know, like 3/4 of an ounce. I don't know why I said 0.75. 3/4 of an ounce.
You are doing a great job with your math conversions.
I know,
tonight.
but just in case, because that was actually a concern. I'm like, I don't want to get to the end and not have enough. And so I started with just 3/4 of an ounce versus an ounce, just to be 100% sure that I would
really
have
was
more
plenty
at the
to
end.
make a decision too.
Yeah.
3/4 of an ounce was plenty because we had so many days of tasting in a row.
Well, and I'll drink the whole ounce if you put it in front of me. So I was trying to like help myself. It's like help you help me, or help me help you. I don't know what the thing is, but yeah.
This is good whiskey.
Oh yeah, your Bull Run.
Yeah.
Do you want to try mine? Because
Yeah, you want to trade one?
mine is like toasted marshmallow.
It better be.
And it's creamy.
Look at you.
And
I
it's
get your eyes are like
rye.
you just drifted off.
I
I
know.
saw your eyes go to a different place.
It's caramely and vanilla and deep flavor,
Yours
brown
has some,
sugar,
some
and
color on it.
yours smells a lot different than mine.
Yeah.
Yours smells summery.
The interesting thing is that yours has a mustiness to it because that's what Michter's does. And even though mine's 15 years, it smells brighter than that.
Yeah.
Well, that's ridiculously tasty.
Ooh, this is. I thought this was going to be the funky one, but that's right. It's the Madeira finish one that I'm always like, wow.
Oh no, you like the American
is
single
good.
malt, the 9-year American single malt that's finished in Madeira casks.
Yeah, that's the one I can't do. That's what I thought we were drinking here, and
No,
I was
that's our
very
15-year
nervous.
pick.
Oh, this is our pick. I was like, wow, this is like so good. I thought you would just open. We finished another bottle. So we finished 2 bottles of the Bull Run pick.
Maybe.
You should go buy the 30 bottles because we finished 2 bottles in 2 months. So with all of this behind us, we still finished 2 bottles.
The Michter's, besides the core, they're really, really hard to find. The rye, the bourbon, even the bourbon and the Americans, or the American whiskey here, the blended American, those can be a little tricky to find. They only really come here once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can be a little hard to find, but they're always worth it. They're always delicious. I will say the rye, Michter's ryes are my favorite of the bunch. Even the toasted version, the barrel strength version, the 10-year. I will always take the rye above the bourbon when it comes to Michter's.
I was gonna say we have a bottle of the Michter's 10. We got that 2 years ago, I think.
The bourbon, this year's 10-year bourbon. This release, I hear, is fantastic.
Oh, the
one that we got a couple years ago, I think, was a little bit of a step back.
You didn't like it. I really liked it. So
that's true.
Shoot, I have to drink that one. But I agree. I think they really shine in their ryes.
Yeah.
I mean, they shine everywhere, but yeah.
Welcome, Frank. Good to see you and your pup. Yeah, they can be hard to find, but the rye is always the best thing, I think.
It is so good. I love it so much.
I love this too.
Good. Oh yeah. I'm glad that I didn't drink it and this is terrible.
Could you imagine if you just badmouthed one of our picks?
Well, and I was so confused because I really thought it was that single malt that you really liked. I'm like, oh man, this is just not one I can get behind. Yeah. And it wasn't. So that was a nice change.
I do want to say it's going to be, this is a spoiler alert, but our Bull Run pick, that 15-year American whiskey, is going to be on our year-end list. It's going to be on our best of the year list. That will be, those are usually some of the biggest videos that we do. I suspect that it will sell out rapidly after that. So if you are interested in getting another pick, you're on the fence about getting that bottle, the Driftless Glen as well, I would say do it before they're gone. There's not that many left. There are under 30 bottles of each left.
I do think it's delicious. Yeah. Good point.
That's great. Yeah.
Feels like shoot.
That's
what I've been looking for. Just need to put a glass of Michter's rye in front of her.
I'm gonna start putting that when I bring you
The one time every 5 years that I do breakfast in bed for you, I'll bring you a Michter's Toasted.
Oh yeah, I'm like, what did you make me? Bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, like whatever. It's just like lift it. It's just like
Michter's
Michter's
Toasted.
Toasted. I'll be like, oh.
I'll be like, I made toasted.
And coffee. Like, and there's a coffee too, and then that's all I need. That would be amazing.
I'm helping. Well, I don't want to take anybody's time tonight. I think this was a really nice way for us to end the season on our live streams here. We are having such a great time with the Advent tournament. We know you're having a great time. Thank you for joining us, for watching, for joining in the brackets, for donating whiskeys. Thank you. A huge thank you to our Patreon community for keeping us going. Without you, we wouldn't be doing any of this. That I think is pretty clear. YouTube is not the it doesn't keep us going. Patreon does.
Yes.
So thanks to all of you. Just fantastic. We're having a great season because we recorded everything early. And even though we're editing a lot right now, we're getting a lot done. And it's been nice to not have to, it's been nice to not have to record videos right now for 3 days from now.
I know.
We've been ahead of the game and that feels good.
Oh, actually 4 days left because I always forget about the eggnog, which we haven't recorded yet.
Right.
And
we couldn't have done any of this without you guys sending us samples way back in September and October.
I know our Patreons like really hooked us up like early, like late summer, early fall to make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I have there was such a lull between, not a lull, but like some time between when we finished recording and when I had to pick the one for the eggnog that I forgot what was the tournament. And then I started watching the videos and I was like, I didn't pick right. I already know, but like I'm hoping that it shines through. We'll see.
I don't know what you picked. It's possible we both picked the same thing.
Maybe.
I'm not super happy with my pick either.
I mean, I think it's going to be good, but I usually try to pick things that I'm like on the fence about.
Yeah.
And I think that one, you're like, put it in the eggnog or like put it in a, you could make it into an old fashioned or like, like and I realized how far it made it in the competition. And I was like, probably not the one we should pick.
Well, as always, thanks everyone. We hope that you have a safe and wonderful holiday season and a happy new year. And we hope that your Advent tournament brackets are all at 100% and from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, everybody.